very rainy Sunday night. We were hoping for a better condition for a sunset, but the sun will peek through, and you can see it through the rain to make it a little more interesting, I would
It's
say.
like life, you guys.
Sometimes it's a box of chocolates.
No, it's like we're looking for the good things through the
Oh,
rain.
okay. I didn't think of it that way. But the rain is nice. It's very pleasant out here, and it's raining pretty good. I mean, you definitely have a nice fall going. I don't know if you can see it in the video, but the rain comes down, and the sun is going to poke out underneath those great clouds. And how are you guys all doing? I hope everybody's doing well. Getting ready for that week coming up.
What's the week coming up?
Well, we know it's Monday. That's for sure.
I don't know. Easter's over, and tax day is over. What are we looking forward to now? Mayday, 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 Mayday.
Mother's Day is the other one that everybody's been talking about.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of Mayday,
Yeah.
we're gonna be in Hilo.
Oh, that's right. Why don't you tell what's going on with that?
So if you guys want to think about it, so Mary Monarch, I think, just finished today. I think
Yeah,
that's been
they
going
did.
on for the last
And,
like 10
Hawaii
days.
took most of the awards, by the way.
Really?
Yes, they did a very good job of making sure everything, they got a lot of awards.
Wow. Probably because they had more time to practice when the
When the
shutdown
shutdown was.
happened. And if you guys don't know, Mary Monarch is the largest hula celebration and convergence in the world. So it's a deal. But one of the things that also happens in Hawaii, May 1st is May Day, and we've been invited to go to a festival in Hilo. Oh boy, that's really going to come down, isn't it? We have a monsoon coming right now.
I hope you guys can hear okay. But I think of it, it's you pay money to have that pleasant sound of rain on your but
On your
anyway, go
app.
on. Yeah.
So Eric and I have been asked to do a live feed for people in Japan
Yep. And Korea.
and Korea.
So interesting about this is we're gonna be live for 4 hours, go out and about, carrying everybody live throughout this whole festival. So we're gonna watch hula, and we're gonna watch how they do relay making, and they're gonna do some other really interesting
Some cultural things, yeah.
cultural things.
So
it
we,
should be a lot
we,
of
we
fun.
hope to not only film it live, but hopefully take some side step to be able to create a video for you guys who want to see it. And then it gives you a little bit more insight into the Hawaiian culture
Yeah.
and textile art.
Yeah, and the textile art that I've seen of this before is always really interesting.
Yeah.
They got some great patterns, and they pound out the fabric, and they do all kinds of and the colors they create out of all these natural berries and flowers. It's just amazing.
Most of the people in America, not that we're not America, but on the mainland, think of lei as just simple flowers strung together by like dental floss, right?
Yeah.
And you know what? The lei that's actually the really intricate stuff is, like you said, made with berries and it's triple twisted, and it has really a really artistic experience around it. So, hope so with that.
All right, so we got a few people chiming in. Let's get back here and see what they're saying. We've got Jennifer says hello from Adelaide, Australia.
Wow.
And then Chris is chiming in from San Antonio. Aloha, Chris.
Christmas.
And then Brent says, arriving on the 3rd, looking forward to the weather. Thanks for your sunset.
There you go. Looking forward to the weather. I hope the weather changes. This has been a cold spring.
And then we've got Nathaniel says, aloha from Austin. And Bill says, happy Aloha Sunday to both of you from Seattle. Spring is here, 70 degrees today almost.
Wow.
Woo! And then it says, sounds wonderful. The tropic rainstorm at your fantastic elevation in Kona. And then sleep and eat well. And it says, oh, Eric, it's hard to hear you. All right, because I was really standing farther away from the mic, so I kind of faced it more towards her. Is that better? You guys probably hear it a little better. I'll get a little closer.
So tell me what happened to you this week.
Well, Julie and I ended up heading off to the mainland. Unfortunately, my dad is not doing so well, so we had to go do a visit with him, which was good to see. It's always good. But my dad is 86, so I was happy to spend some time with him. But I, of course, got terribly sick while I was there. So I'm better here. No COVID or anything like that. Just a good old-fashioned cold with a cough.
Respiratory problems.
Those things that we never had when we had masks.
Yeah.
So needless to say, I'm feeling a little, still pulling out of it is what it is. But it's nice to be home at the same time.
Yeah. So, I don't know if you guys really give a shit about us. Like, oh, this is what we did today, and la la la.
Yeah.
But I went to Maui today.
Yeah, Julie never stopped. We got home on Friday, and then she said, well, I'm going to Maui on Sunday. I'm like, all right, you go. And one day, she went there and came back.
Yeah. So I got up at 5 this morning, I was on a plane at 9, got into Maui, and went on a hike. It's called Vaiahi Ridge, and Eric and I had gone on it a while ago, so I took my friend from the Bay Area, and it is a really great hike, and a lot of people don't know about it because it's in the it's on the side of the island that Ka'alui is, which is the airport side, not the nice beach area of Kanapali.
And we did a video on it, actually. I think it was our, 36 hours in Maui is
Yeah,
what we
yeah,
did.
it's
So if
great.
you want to
It's a
check it
great
out,
hike.
it's a great hike.
Yeah, and then Eric and I had done a video about the Maui tropical plantation, and there is a restaurant there that I wanted to try, and so we went back. It's called Mill House, and if you guys like to do some island hopping and discovering some different things around the island, that restaurant is one of the best restaurants I've ever been to.
Wow,
It
you've
was
been to a lot
very,
of
very
restaurants
good.
too.
And not only was the food good,
Yeah.
the service was top notch, and the view and how that whole restaurant has it's an old it's called the mill because it used to be a sugar mill,
Uh-huh.
and they used all the old equipments and trains to decorate the restaurant and the area around the
Really?
restaurant. And my friend from Berkeley thought it was just as culturally interesting as any place in the Bay Area.
Well, that's saying a lot, isn't it?
There you go. It was very cool. So.
All right. So we got a few more people chiming in with things here. All right, we've got, let's see here. Tammy Pierce says, it says, Chris says, why did you all move to YouTube versus Facebook?
Okay, tell him.
And Facebook, we like, YouTube tends to reward us more for doing more things on YouTube. Facebook
Doesn't care.
Well, I don't want to say it doesn't care, but YouTube tends to promote us more when we do things like that, and we have sort of a wider reach, and we have a different crowd. And I know sometimes it doesn't always seem that, but YouTube rewards our other videos because we're doing more videos on YouTube. So that's why we're trying to do a little more. I like Facebook, but we've been having some trouble, and they've been doing a horrible job of promoting us on YouTube. Every time we push a video on YouTube, they
No, on
bury it.
Facebook.
Every time we put a YouTube video on Facebook, they completely bury us. So this is kind of it helps this platform. But we're not opposed to Facebook. It's just this is working better for us, is what it boils down to. So, all right, we got more comments coming. Boy, they're coming fast and furiously here. All right. And then Tammy says, hope you're feeling better soon. Julie, Maui now home for sunset.
Come on, right?
She had 20 minutes.
Yeah,
All right,
I got
and
home in 20 minutes to spurting on the sunset.
All right. So aloha from Hilo, just arrived. See you next week. All right. And Scarlet is Here is the name of this one. I always love the names on YouTube. They're definitely different than Facebook. My first visit here to Hawaii 2 months ago, and I wish I were back there. I would seriously live there with me, my grandma, and my kids if I could.
Aww.
Yes, it's a good place to live. And then Brett says, cold rain is warmer than the snow we had this spring in Montana.
No, you know what? Last week they had sweeping snow across a lot of the United States.
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh yeah, they were everywhere.
I
mean,
think
it
they
was
got 2 feet of snow in the Sierra too.
just recently, even the day after we left, it was snowing.
Yeah, when we were in San Jose, it was actually raining a little bit, and boy, it was cold.
Yeah, it was. That was 50-something degrees and raining was not my good time. That says, how is the Kona weather in May? And the Kona weather, I like May.
Normally, it's nice. It's
Yeah.
not too hot.
It has the summer really starts heating up sometime around
July.
end of July, August, and August, September, and part of October are the really hot months. And
All the way to Thanksgiving.
So all the way, May is still pretty good. I
Yeah,
would
May's
say.
great. May's great.
And it's
And
still,
June's not so bad, but Jesus.
But I like May, well, just because the water's starting to warm up. Because remember, the ocean temperature rises during the summer as well. And at January, it's a little chilly, but by the time May rolls around, it's starting to get a nice little
Yeah,
feel
and
to
also
it.
in May, we're starting to get more of the calm oceans. So we still had there was a high surf advisory today in Maui and here. So.
Oh, yeah. So, and Jeff says, came home from Kona yesterday.
Oh.
Saddest day of the year for us.
Oh.
Aw. Missing the sunsets already. Sounds like you had a really busy day, Julie. And Don says, aloha, sunny here in Seattle today. And Chris
Oh.
says, got it. We were just used to being on Facebook.
I know.
It says, do they have any public golf courses near Kona? And the answer is yes, they do.
Okay. The Kona Country Club.
Yeah, Kona Country Club.
Is that public?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it's a nice course. It's not the most fanciest course in the world, but it is oceanfront, and you can putt your ball. I mean, do a drive right over the old ocean to make it even a little better. So it is doing there.
Yeah, that's pretty.
And
And the
Denise
fees aren't that
says
expensive.
72 here today, but winter is coming back this week with nothing over 45.
Ooh.
Ooh, that's not good. Definitely not good.
Well, but going back to the days that we spent in Lake Tahoe, man, what the last snowstorm was like June 2nd.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it just was like on and on and on. It never ended. So yeah. Oh,
Oh my gosh, I'm
he hit
sorry,
it. He
guys.
hit it.
Don't want to do that.
Yeah.
All right. Yes, our days in Tahoe scarred us for a long time of what cold weather was. All right.
You know, it's so funny, you guys. When we were here in 2015, they had like we call it a heat bubble, and it was sitting over the Hawaiian Islands. It was horrible. It was like 87 degrees, like unrelenting, like every day for like 3 months. And that's when I said I can't take it anymore. I'm moving to the great mountain range. And then we sat there and froze our butts off for like a whole year. I'm like, that's enough of that. So
we learned that time. We learned something. Well, number one, we didn't like cold weather, but it takes like 5 years to adapt to your body to acclimate to cold weather because it seemed colder than it had ever been before.
yeah,
So.
yeah.
On top of that. All right, so what do we got here? We've got Kevin says, Beth and I had dinner at Magic last night,
Nice.
and apparently it involved cocktails that were completely missed the sunset. Ah. So they missed the sunset. Is what
Because they
they
were cocktailing.
They were cocktailing. Is what
That's
happened.
okay. It's okay. That happens sometimes.
Sometimes that happens, And Tammy says earthquake.
Oh. When?
Well, I assume that was now. Tammy, we didn't feel anything. And Bill says, yes, but you got to live in Tahoe for a while. It's a beautiful there. And yes, I'll have a little story about that. When I was young, I was 20 years old, and I got a chance to live up there for a season, and I went skiing, and it was a really wonderful time. And it was I lived there by myself, and it was great. And I told my family about all these great things. And this was the year was 1986, and it snowed another 30 feet that year. It was another crazy snowstorm, and it was just an epic year to do that. And I've been telling my family these stories about what it was like to live in Tahoe and how crazy it was. And then exactly 30 years later, I think 30. So many
2016.
years. Yeah. Then we got a chance to relive that exact same experience with the same snowstorms, the same house, the same everything.
Yeah, if anybody's watching, I remember going there and they go, okay, make sure that you don't get bermed in. And I'm like, oh, what does that even mean? And it's when the snowplow comes in and then they scoop it into your front yard and it freezes. And then you can't get your car out of the driveway. And so then we had to do that too. We almost had to pickaxe the snow because it like melted and then froze again.
Yeah, you had to be really careful. There's certain things as living in the snow you got to think about, right?
You know what? I don't want to be that resilient. I'm tired. That's one thing about Hawaii, that you get to see green and there's no freezing and there's no danger of like skidding down the road.
And that's why you're the spokesperson for Hawaii.
Yeah.
Right, but you can find the snow. I mean, come on! Just this year we got up there, and I actually got stuck with the truck for about 15 feet trying to go through this snow patch at the top of Mauna Kea. So it happens. If you want to get your truck stuck, there's possibilities of doing so.
Yeah.
You just got to work at it a little harder here. It was fun though.
Yeah.
So one of our goals moving forward here is that we still love to do snowboarding and skiing and stuff like that, and I would love to be able to bring a snowboard up here to make that happen. I had one here in Hawaii, but I ended up selling it. Now I'm kind of sad about that.
Yeah. We might try to get another one. That might be fun.
Yeah. All right. So we got. Let's see here. It says. Tammy says no when your camera jolted. She's laughing outside.
Oh, an earthquake. Oh.
And then Denise says, "Oh, Magic's those fries, and not only the fries, but
ulu
also
fries.
the
Yum. They have good fried French fries too, I think. Yeah.
Does everybody know what ulu fries are, though?
Oh, ulu fries is breadfruit. That's what they're known for. Is that they? I don't know if you guys know this. The people who own Magic's are really deep in sustainability. Matson Davis, who opened that restaurant, actually used to be the main driving force behind the Kona brewery, and then they were bought out by like Seagram's or something. And so he created his new restaurant, and they had created the Kona Brew Fest. And one of the things that they had talked about with the Kona Brew Fest was the money was going to go towards helping different, some like nonprofits and different groups work on sustainability on the island. And so he got totally into it. So one of the things he did when he opened that restaurant was that he started working with the Ulu Cooperative, and he wanted to see more indigenous canoe plants built, on this island that grow fast and they make a lot. And that's what the Hawaiians used to eat a long time ago. And it basically is a fruit that's very starchy and nutritious and doesn't have a lot of sugar.
It's kind of like a potato. It's kind of reminds me would be what it is. The other one
it's almost like a sweet potato, but not
so sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they're really big. You know what I mean?
They're
They're like,
huge.
yeah,
Yeah,
they're
they
like,
feed a lot of people. This thing is like the superfood of the world. And so he said, you know what, if I can come up with an idea with my chefs on how to make things out of ulu, then more people will accept it. So he started doing these ulu fries, and they're really, really good. And one of the things they do there is they have ulu fries that you can dip in different kinds of sauces. But he does one which I love. It's called dirty ulu fries, and they put Parmesan and blue cheese on it. And it's so
yeah, garlic.
and garlic.
Man,
Oh
there's
yeah,
more
garlic,
you
garlic.
could stop it.
I love it.
Garlic could stop a
That
truck
and
right
a mai tai or a margarita and the sunset and the waves. It's a good day.
even if the rain is raining, it would still be a good day as long as you're not getting wet. I think would be what it is. So
Yeah.
the other one that they also that is pretty good is that it's jackfruit, right? Is that the one?
Yeah,
Jackfruit, and that's the one that they make into.
They
kind of
pull
make
it.
it like a pulled pork. It's a
Yeah.
and that's really tasty as well. And we were at the Sheraton, and they were planting those about 10 years ago. Less than that. Remember those the jackfruit trees out in the lawn out there,
Are you sure there's jackfruit?
or those
that ulu?
ulu. Oh boy.
Oh, I see. No.
Okay. We
Yeah,
don't know.
and you know what? And we did. You know, it's so funny. I think it was a year ago that we did that video on different kinds of tropical fruits.
Yeah.
Do we open up a jackfruit?
We did, but it wasn't ripe. That was the problem.
Yeah, it's kind of like this stringy thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. In fact,
And it's sticky too.
it's
That's
sticky. Jackfruit though is where they made juicy fruit gum.
That's where juicy fruit comes from. And
Yeah.
you can see why, boy, when we cut it open with our knife, it literally stuck to the knife.
Yeah,
It took
we're
us
like, oh, what the heck?
It took us like 10 minutes to get off the damn knife. All right, people are talking again. What are they saying? All right. All right, so it says, Bill says, didn't the native Hawaiians bring breadfruit to the islands from Micronesia?
Yeah,
And
I think
yeah.
so. They call them canoe food, canoe fruit, canoe something. It's like they brought like 5 things
And-
that they could plant once they got here that they were going to sustain themselves on. And coconut was one.
Right.
Breadfruit was another.
I forgot.
Oh, that's a good one, guys. Really, because I went to a dinner one time and all the dinner was created with the 5 canoe plants. Plants, just canoe plants. That's what they call them. So the coconut. If you guys, I don't know if you guys ever get a chance to do any tours or whatever, but I watched a Hawaiian demonstration of coconut down at Hale at the Koloko National Park. That guy talked for half an hour about how important coconut was to the Hawaiian culture. It gave them sustenance in terms of the meat of a
Right.
coconut, but also the water that's inside of a coconut is one of the most nutritious, hydrating liquids you can find. In fact, during the war, when they couldn't get the plasma that they needed for people
that's
who
right.
were bleeding,
Yeah.
they were using coconut water to basically put in people intravenously to be able to help them when there wasn't enough plasma.
And it's funny, your body wouldn't, reject it at all on top
Yeah,
of that.
it's amazing. If you ever have a hangover,
All right,
get the coconut
then,
water.
Then the funny part is then, once Captain Cook came and everybody else came, then they started planting Norfolk pines. And the Norfolk pines was, of course, to keep their mass going. And now we've got all these Norfolk pines on the island. That they
Well,
just,
get this. So I was in a forest of Norfolk pine today in
really?
Maui,
Oh, there you go.
and
See?
my friend said, "What the heck is with these trees?" Because she's like, "Oh, I've never seen anything like this." And I said, "They're Norfolk pines." And then when we were actually looking at them in almost like they were like a grove,
Yeah.
I'm like, "Can you see how they were used for mass?" And they're like 60, 70 feet tall.
Oh, yeah.
And they're consistently the same shape up and down the entire thing. There's no burls. There's no outstretched other branches. It's up and down. So they planted those just so that they would have a replacement mass.
Yeah. People are pretty smart back in the old days.
Yes, they were.
Instead of ordering it from China and getting it shipped in 4 months.
Oh, speaking of China,
Oh, yes. What about China?
did you know that there used to be a whole bunch of sandalwood on this island and
Oh.
around the island chain? And the Hawaiians didn't know what to do with the sandalwood, but the Chinese came over and they knew it was an essential oil. If you sandalwood. So
They bought all the.
oh, get this.
Yeah.
Kamehameha basically said it's Kamehameha. Basically said that it was almost like a tax where everybody had to go up and get a sandalwood tree and get it down to the ocean to be shipped out. So everybody had to go get sandalwood to bring it out, and that's how he funded his army. So that's how he's able to take over the entire island chain. There you go.
I didn't know that.
Sandalwood drove that.
Wow. Interesting. Well, the sun is out. Let's see how long it stays out here for.
It's almost like a painting.
And we've got, let's see here, all right, Denise says, drooling now. Too bad they can't ship it to Wisconsin. I think she was talking about those ulu fries.
Oh yeah, so good.
And Eric has got lots of coconuts emojis, which is kind of funny.
Yeah.
And Warrior of Light says, love it. And Eric, a different Eric, says, I'm a tree hugger. And those are all good, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You know what?
What's that?
Okay, so Idaho
Oh
with
my
their
gosh, we're sitting down, so it's a little.
yeah, yeah.
The tripod's
You
right
know
in
how
my face.
Idaho
Yeah.
had their own little public relations and marketing thing about the whole potato thing.
Yeah.
If they could plant enough ulu,
Mm-hmm.
they could actually freeze it and send it to places across the country. So people all have to do is put it in their oven, and then bake it, and then have their own ulu fries.
Yeah, would that be good?
Yeah.
And you know what? I think they're much healthier for you than
Absolutely.
potatoes. That's
yeah.
the thing.
Your body actually, they said that ulu fries, diabetics
Really?
could eat them because it's just a different way of
instead potato
processing
with all that
it.
dark
Yeah.
sugar. Yeah. All right, what do we got here? Okay, Bill says correct, and the coconuts are extremely high in nutrients and are also diuretic. Diuretic.
Diuretic.
Diuretic. I can't.
We go
And
through this.
boy, as obtusely as they are in Hawaiian Islands, they are not native to the islands, right?
Nope,
and that's
they're
why
not.
they brought them in. Oh,
Yep,
we're
yep.
gonna lose it here. I'm gonna zoom in before we get it in here.
Oh no!
Here's
Don't
the sun
leave.
going away. Oh no!
Do you think it'll drop below that cloud? This is like we're like, you know what, one thing, if you guys have been watching us, like Bill has been watching us, we kind of like quarterback what the sun's gonna do.
Well, today it doesn't look good.
Oh.
All right, Jess Santos says, aloha, not sure if you saw our earlier post. No, I missed it, I'm sorry. But excited to see you guys tomorrow. Oh, she's coming in tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh, very good. Well,
we got to make sure that
stuff for you, yeah.
we got to get the car to her.
Yeah, oh, that too. Oh, okay. Plenty to do. We were just trying to relive from last week that we
See,
didn't
the
think
sun's
ahead.
going to come out again.
You think so? Oh, can you see it? There's
There
coming
you
at the
go.
bottom.
So poor Jess is getting married a week from today, and she's getting married down there.
And it'll be beautiful.
And mine's going to
It'll
be beautiful, Jess.
It'll be fine.
But
We've
she's
had a-
borrowing one of our tents, just in case.
Oh, I don't know if you guys can hear it, but the rain's starting on the right-hand side now, coming this way. You can hear.
Look, it's pouring all
It's
downtown.
interesting when the rain comes. You can hear the sound of rain as it starts coming up the mount of the hill over here. Okay, so we got somebody else commenting. Let's see. All right, William says, is that marine layer or Vog? I think that is a marine layer, is what that is, with a little bit of Vog.
Yeah.
Okay, here comes. Can you guys hear the rain? Here it comes.
Here it comes.
It's,
Oh, Lordy, you can
good
see
thing we're
it coming.
underneath the
Ah!
LD here. And Jay says there was a green flash last night.
Oh.
And Eric says green flash. And I'm like, I don't think there's going to be green flash just because I
tonight.
don't think we're even going to see
We're
the thing.
about to get hit with a monsoon. Yeah, you can hear it coming. It's like, oh, dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
You know, you guys, for 3 months we had no rain.
I know, it was just, and now check this. Here, I'm going to have to turn the camera this way because you can see the darkness. You guys see it over here? This is just coming this way is what's happening.
Oh,
And
Lord.
the sound of rain is starting to come.
Yeah, but I'll tell you guys, last week at the festival, Auntie Tutu, who is a Hawaiian, like grandma, I was mentioning that I didn't want it to rain because this is what happened to us during our festival around
yeah.
sunset.
Oh,
It
my
started
God.
pouring. It was horrible. But we were talking about it was rain threatening throughout the day, and she said, in front of everybody, because I was kind of like whining about the rain. She said Hawaiians revered the rain because without the rain, there is no life.
And you know what? I agree with that because we had 3 months of no rain, and I would have loved any time to have the rain come
Yeah,
down.
the fact that the cows were starving. We were driving down Hawaii Road, and there was like I don't know, 40 cows.
Yeah. See, we
And they
were
were all
able to feed our
starving.
cows, but when you've got too many cows, there's no way you can feed them. And so those cows were twice as skinny as our
Skinny
cows.
cows.
But now we've gotten plenty of, it's been raining for the last, 3 weeks now,
Yeah.
something like that. And
And
the
it's
cows are happy.
all-
As a matter of fact, I didn't get woken up by the cows woke me up at 8:30 and kind of went, moo. And only one of them forgot to come up to get fed.
There you go. So 2 months ago, it was like, moo!
Yeah, they were definitely very
Yeah. So there you go. Okay, well, it looks like it's going to get kind of gray
Here,
before
let me
that
see.
damn
I'm
thing.
gonna just do a pan this way to show you what else it looks like here. So here we go. Ready? Right, and it just kind of comes out, still gray, raining all the way up.
Yeah.
Oh, but what happened at the festival, Julie? That's the question.
Well, we were on the call last.
Oh, we talked about it last
yeah.
week.
Yeah. So
that was the next day. Oh, that's right.
it was
I
the
was
next
so,
day. It
so
was
tired.
Easter night.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you guys, we still haven't put away all the stuff from the festival.
Yeah, we've got like 6 tents that we don't know where they go.
Yeah, but you know what though, the Best of Kona Festival was featured in West Hawaii today.
Yep.
And I got a chance to be in the paper as the founding idea maker. That was awesome.
Yep.
So
And everybody seemed to like it, so it was good. The
Yep,
only
yep.
comment was there could have been like more people, but you cut it down because of COVID.
COVID, yeah,
Right?
yeah.
And the tricky part downtown is you put that many people downtown, it might be tricky.
I want to see where the heck we can put all the people who want to come. Trying to find parking for all the people who actually want to come to a big fat festival.
Yeah.
That's a hard thing. So, as event planner extraordinaire on this town, if you guys are around, if anyone's watching locally, I'm going to give a shout out to the Big Island Chocolate Festival. They're doing their dinner, I think like May 14th, up at the Waikoloa Marriott. And they're doing a sit-down dinner again because of COVID. And they're selling like 300 tickets. I think they're already half sold out. And I'm actually putting together a 365 table. And I'd be interested in doing a second 365 table if anybody out in the real world wants to try and buy tickets. And there's music, and it'll be fun. So if you guys want to get together, if anyone out there wants to go in, the tickets are $200, but you get a 3-course meal and all you can drink alcohol and a dessert buffet. There you go.
All right, Michael says, so let's hear. Michael says, do the Kona wings bring more rain to the Kona coast? I don't think so. The winds don't necessarily correspond with rain here.
No.
And then he got a second question. Sorry, I didn't get to
Okay.
the second one. The second one says, it certainly did at Eva Beach when I was living there for 8 years, 20 years ago.
Wow. Wow.
It says, Kevin says the sun looks twice its size tonight. And Eric said, awesome view. Well, awesome view if you don't mind the rain right now, but
Yeah.
it is a nice view, yes.
Yeah. It is a beautiful view.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, with the rain. But you know what, though? It's
I have to laugh because we stayed 4 days in the Bay Area. We were in Sunnyvale, California, and we stayed at a place called the Wild Palms, and it was a tropical themed motel. They call it a hotel, but it was more
really,
closer to a motel. And
it was a motel.
and we were on the corner of Wolf and El Camino, which is like two pretty big major
Fremont, yeah.
major streets. So we had a nice constant supply of cars going
Yeah,
most of the
yeah,
time.
yeah. Yeah, the view was bamboo
Yeah.
and heliconia
Yeah, it was
plants.
nice. They had a
They did a really good job of like planting all the really stuff that you like around Hawaii. But we were basically at a really busy corner in like suburban friggin'
Yeah,
California.
like you could see right below us. They were pushing the stop, the buttons to cross the street. That's how close we were to the street.
Yeah. So you call that? Well, you wouldn't really call it urban. It's just like
It's just different than here. That's all.
Sunnyvale has got to be the most boring place to live in America, you guys.
No.
Well,
I grew up there.
I know, but come on, you had to
I
get
know,
out.
that's why I
You
left.
moved.
I know.
So, anyway, so we ended up saying woohoo and watch the rain. And you guys, I'll tell you a funny story and then we'll get out of here. But what my family moved to, my cousins moved to Redwood City, and I was having dinner with them. And all of a sudden it started to rain really hard. And they're like, oh my gosh, we have to go outside. I'm like, what? And they go, it hasn't rained this hard since October. And they just want to sit out in their lanai, right? Lanai.
Their patio,
and watch the
right.
rain come down. And then we kind of were kicking around, and all of a sudden she's like, oh, no, we have to go out right now. I'm like, oh, that's the kind of like enthusiasm that Eric and I have for watching a really beautiful sunset on
You're
this
like, quick,
lanai.
we missed those
You gotta get
sunsets.
outside. I'm like, oh, to freeze in the rain? And so that was their thing, and then it stopped after about 25 minutes, and they went back in. But it was kind of funny that everybody has their own jolly somewhere in America, so.
It's the little things that make differences.
Yeah. So it looks like it's
We've
done.
lost everything. It's just at least it's not cold. I think. Oh, here, let me tell you the temperature right now. Just to give you an idea what it is.
I'm in a blanket, you guys. I don't know what he's talking about.
Oh yeah.
What is it?
Okay, so there's a joke in Hawaii that says there's a certain number that's cold. Anything below this number is cold for temperature-wise. And we hit that number.
Is it 70?
74.
74.
74 is a number. Anything below 74 is cold. That's the rule around here.
Yeah.
And now it's 74 degrees out there.
Yeah.
So gives you an idea. Cold and gloomy Sunday night.
Damn.
But the rain is nice. And
Yeah, because you guys, when the sun is actually setting down across the ocean, it's an actual bright sunset. It sometimes can be 85 degrees up here, right?
So, all right, we got a couple more things going on. Let's see here. Did the farmer's market come back into town?
Yes.
Yes, it did. Michael said, "Oh, cold."
Yeah.
All right, so we would like to. You have anything else to partake before we call it a day?
Well, what's next Sunday? Oh, is that May 1st? Are we gonna be in Hilo?
We'll maybe that time. Maybe we'll figure something out.
I'll go figure something out.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys.
Yeah.
So we'll see you guys next week, and thanks for watching. And as always, Aloha.